Hello YouTubers. I know it's been quite a long time since I made a Jehovah's Witness related video, but what appears to be, from what I've seen on the internet, what appears to be the Watchtower's latest explanation of the Generation Prophesy, which can be found in Matthew 24, has lured me back out of my hibernation. Before I continue with this video, I want to express that I cannot personally vouch for the accuracy of the information I found on the internet. However, the first place I located this was on the freeminds.org site, which so far has been pretty reliable, so I'm assuming this is true. If you out there watching happen to have like a scan or a photograph or something of the Watchtower, the latest Watchtower, I think it's supposed to be the April 15th, 2010 Watchtower, that gives this latest definition, I would love to see it. Anyway, if you are or have been a witness, you know the importance of the Generation Prophecy to witnesses. There was no time it was more important than when I was a kid. Up until, I believe it was 1994, the explanation the Watchtower gave for the Generation Prophecy was that Armageddon was to begin before all of the generation that had been born before 1914 could die of natural causes. In other words, everyone who had been old enough to see the events of 1914 and those surrounding it would still be alive when Armageddon began. This was standalone the most important mile marker telling Jehovah's Witnesses at that time that Armageddon was right around the corner. All of the other things witnesses had to look for, declarations of peace and security, earthquakes, wars, famines, all those other things. Even though witnesses may tell themselves, oh, it's worse now than it ever was, and this says Armageddon is coming, still, they are aware those things have been happening for thousands of years. However, if someone began to doubt during the time period when this explanation was given that Armageddon was right around the corner, they could be reassured. Well, I mean, it not to sound morbid, but Armageddon had to come before a bunch of 90-year-olds could die of natural causes, so it couldn't be long. Of course, the Watchtower Society saw the end of that generation coming and changed the definition shortly before it could actually happen. The first change they made said that the generation was wicked people. In other words, Armageddon would come before wicked people ceased to exist, which was kind of a meaningless prophecy in itself. But in all of the changes they've made since then, they've never managed to recapture that sense of urgency, as they would put it, in Jehovah's Witnesses. And none of their explanations of the Generation Prophecy